Hello students, welcome back to the digital class of science. Today we are starting the chapter 2 of your textbook, which is components of food. Chapter at a glance. Nutrient, requirements, balanced diet, deficiency diseases, components of food, obesity. Engage. Write the names of the food items shown below. Also write the time of the day when you eat them. The food we eat has some chemical substances called nutrients. Nutrients are essential food components that provide nourishment for proper growth and development of our body. Our body gets all essential nutrients such as carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins and minerals from the food we eat. Every component performs different functions. Some provide energy, some help in growth and some protect us from diseases. तो हम जो भी फूड खाते हैं उससे हमें डिफरेंट न्यूट्रिएंट्स मिलते हैं जो हमारी बॉडी के लिए जरूरी होते हैं. कोई हमें प्रोटीन्स देता है, कोई फैट्स, कोई कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स या फिर कोई मिनरल्स. सारी चीजों की अलग अलग जरूरतें होती है, जैसे कि कोई ग्रोथ में काम आता है, कोई डिसीजेस से लड़ने में और कोई प्रॉपर फंक्शन के लिए. तो हम अब अलग अलग न्यूट्रिएंट्स की और उनकी रिक्वायरमेंट्स को पढ़ेंगे. न्यूट्रिएंट requirements. Based on the function of foods and nutrients in them, they are classified into three major groups. Energy giving foods. Energy giving foods gives us energy to work and play. They are rich in carbohydrates and fats. Some examples are cereals, potatoes, rice, bread, honey, oils and fats. Bodybuilding foods. Bodybuilding foods help us to grow well and build our muscles. They also repair worn out tissues. They are rich in proteins. Some examples are eggs, fish, meat, milk and pulses. Protective foods. Protective foods protect us from diseases. They are rich in vitamins and minerals. Some examples are fruits, vegetables, milk and eggs. So, food को हम 3 टाइप्स में डिवाइड कर सकते हैं. ऐसे फूड्स जो हमें एनर्जी देते हैं, ऐसे फूड्स जो हमारी बॉडी को बिल्ड करने में हेल्प करते हैं और ऐसे फूड्स जो हमें डिसीजेस से प्रोटेक्ट करते हैं. तो नाउ वील सी द कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ फूड्स. देयर आर 7 मेन कंपोनेंट्स प्रेजेंट इन द फूड. दे आर कार्बोहाइड्रेट, फैट्स, प्रोटीन्स, विटामिन्स, मिनरल्स, वाटर, रफेट. वील स्टडी देम one by one in detail. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the energy giving foods. They are organic compound of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. It is the main source of energy in the body. There are 2 major types of carbohydrates in food, sugar and starch. Sugars are simple carbohydrates in the form of glucose, fructose or maltose. They are often sweet and provide instant energy. Starch is a complex carbohydrate. Starch does not taste sweet and is insoluble in water. In the body, the energy from starch is released more slowly. तो कार्बोहाइड्रेट एनर्जी गिविंग फूड्स होते हैं और उसमें 2 टाइप के शुगर्स होते हैं. एक शुगर, सिंपल शुगर जो कि ग्लूकोज, फ्रक्टोज के फॉर्म में होते हैं और दूसरे स्टार्च जो कि स्वीट, खाने में नहीं लगते बट दे आर इनसॉल्युबल इन वाटर और जो धीरे धीरे अपनी एनर्जी बॉडी में रिलीज करते हैं. सोर्सेज ऑफ कार्बोहाइड्रेट. सम कॉमन सोर्सेज ऑफ कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स आर राइस, wheat, potatoes, sugar, bread, biscuits, honey, etc. Fruits like bananas, mangoes, watermelons also contain carbohydrate. And these are the picture given of all the sources of carbohydrates. Fats are also energy giving foods. In fact, they provide more energy than carbohydrates. Fats are composed of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Our body converts food into energy and stores part of this energy as fats. The main function of fats are an energy bank in living organisms. Fats protect the delicate organs of the body. जो फैट्स होते हैं वो भी एनर्जी गिविंग फूड होते हैं और ये कार्बोहाइड्रेट से भी ज्यादा एनर्जी प्रोवाइड करते हैं. फैट्स के मेनली बॉडी में 2 फंक्शंस होते हैं. फर्स्ट, दे वर्क एज एनर्जी बैंक. इनके पास बहुत एनर्जी होती है. एंड सेकेंड, जो भी हमारी बॉडी के डेलिकेट ऑर्गन्स होते हैं ये उन्हें प्रोटेक्ट करते हैं. Now let's see this activity. To test for starch in given food samples. Materials required: food sample, dilute iodine solution, and Bunsen burner. Method: first, crush a small amount of food sample if solid and put it in the test tube. Second, add some water in the test tube and shake it. Third, next, heat the test tube for about 1 minute. After the test tube has cooled down, add a few drops of dilute iodine solution in it. Observation: the food sample turns bluish black. Conclusion: change in the color of food sample to bluish black confirms the presence of starch. The fat under the skin acts as an insulator, cutting down heat loss in cold weather. It thus helps to keep the body warm. Sources of fat. Sources of fats are classified into two groups. Number 1, animal fats, butter, ghee, milk, meat, etc. Plant fats or oils, mustard oil, groundnut oil, nuts, etc. These are the pictures given below of sources of fats: butter, ghee, milk, meat, nuts, mustard. Proteins. Proteins are known as bodybuilding food. Proteins are made up of simple units, that is amino acids. Your muscles, bones, cells, antibodies, enzymes and some hormones are largely composed of proteins. They help in the repairing of tissues, blood clotting and fluid balance. Proteins बॉडी बिल्डिंग फूड होते हैं एंड ये हमारी बॉडी की सिंपल यूनिट्स को फॉर्म करते हैं. हमारी मसल्स, बोन्स, सेल्स, एंटीबॉडीज ये सभी प्रोटीन से बनी होती हैं और कुछ हार्मोन्स भी मेनली प्रोटीन से बने होते हैं. ये हमारी बॉडी के टिश्यूज रिपेयर करने में हेल्प करता है. नॉलेज बास्केट. Our hair is also made up of a type of protein called keratin. Sources of protein: milk, eggs, peanuts, oats, pulses, whole wheat products, peas, meat, fish, etc. are all good sources of proteins. Vitamins. Vitamins are essential for the proper functioning of our body. They help in keeping our eyes, bones, teeth and gums healthy. They also help enzymes to do their work. They are necessary for proper utilization of other nutrients like carbohydrates, fats and proteins. They are needed in very small quantities. There are 13 vitamins, each of which has a specific function. They are known by letters A, B, C, D, E and K. Some vitamins are soluble in water and some are soluble in fats. Sources of vitamin: meat, fish, butter, fruits and vegetables, milk, cod liver oil, etc. are sources of vitamins. Meat, butter, fruits and vegetables. These are the pictures of these foods. Now let's see this activity. To test for fats in given food sample. Materials required: food sample, filter paper. Method: rub the food sample on the piece of clean filter paper or keep it between the folds of the filter paper. Observation: a translucent mark or oily stain appears on the filter paper. Conclusion: the appearance of oil stain or translucent mark confirms the presence of fats. Knowledge basket. Vitamin A, D, E and K are fat soluble, therefore can be stored in the body. Vitamin B complex and vitamin C are water soluble, therefore cannot be stored for a long period of time in the body. Minerals. Minerals are inorganic salts that contain chemical elements. Just like vitamins, minerals also help our body to stay healthy. Each mineral has a specific function to perform in the body. They are also needed in small quantities. Minerals are very important for the following reasons. Some minerals are important for growth and repair of tissues of the body. Some minerals control chemical reactions that occur in the body. Some of them give the blood its correct composition. Some are essential for the proper formation of bones and teeth. The main function of some minerals are given below. Iron is essential for the formation of red pigment, hemoglobin in the blood. Iodine is important for the normal functioning of the thyroid gland. Sodium is important for the transmission of messages through the nervous system and for our muscles to contract. Calcium and phosphorus are important for the proper formation of bones and teeth. A lack of all these minerals in diet leads to deficiency of diseases. तो जो मिनरल्स होते हैं वो भी हमारे लिए सेल रिपेयरिंग या टिश्यू रिपेयरिंग का काम करते हैं लाइक विटामिन्स, और इनकी डेफिशिएंसी से हमें अलग अलग डिसीजेस हो सकती हैं. सोर्सेज ऑफ मिनरल्स: मीट, फिश, एग, सिट्रस फ्रूट्स, लीफी वेजिटेबल्स, डेयरी प्रोडक्ट्स एटसेट्रा आर दी सोर्सेज ऑफ मिनरल्स. और यहाँ पर मिनरल के सोर्सेज के एग्जाम्पल दिए हैं जैसे कि एग्स, citrus fruits, amla or spinach. Water is extremely essential for all living beings. In fact, 60 to 70% of our body weight is water. Body fluids, saliva, blood all have water. The function of water are as follows. It helps in digestion of food and transfer of nutrients from one place to another. It helps in removing waste material from the body, for example, urine and sweat. It helps in cellular functions, blood circulation, etc. It forms the body fluids, for example, saliva, blood, etc. It regulates the body temperature. तो जो वाटर होता है वो हमारी बॉडी के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है और हमारी बॉडी का 60 to 70% वाटर से बना होता है. तो वाटर हमारी बॉडी के डाइजेशन में हेल्प करता है, हमारी बॉडी का टेम्परेचर रेगुलेट करता है, हमारी बॉडी के फ्लूइड्स बनाने में हेल्प करता है और हमारा ब्लड सर्कुलेशन ठीक से हो उसमें भी वाटर हेल्प करता है. सोर्सेज ऑफ वाटर: वी गेट वाटर नॉट ओनली फ्रॉम द लिक्विड्स वी ड्रिंक बट ऑल्सो फ्रॉम द फूड वी ईट. Milk, vegetables, fruits, juices are good sources of water. These are the examples, pictures given below of sources of water like milk, vegetables, fruits. Roughage: the portion of our food that does not provide any nutrient to our body but helps in maintaining a healthy digestive system is called roughage. तो roughage वो चीज होती है जो हमारी बॉडी को कोई न्यूट्रिएंट प्रोवाइड नहीं करता बट ये हमारी बॉडी के डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम के लिए बहुत हेल्पफुल होता है. रफेज और डाइटरी फाइबर: रफेज इज नेसेसरी फॉर प्रॉपर डाइजेशन ऑफ फूड. इट प्रिवेंट्स कॉन्स्टिपेशन एंड इंश्योर्स प्रॉपर बाउल मूवमेंट. सोर्सेज ऑफ रफेज: रफेज कम्स इन डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स. Fruits and vegetables are one common source of roughage. Whole grains are also common examples of roughage, with wheat products such as bread and porridge. These are the pictures of cabbage and wheat grains. Balanced diet: our diet must contain adequate amount of different nutrients for our body to function properly. The diet which contains all the components of food required by the body in adequate quantity is called a balanced diet. Balanced diet वो होती है जिसमें हम हर वो फूड को इंक्लूड करें जिसके अंदर वो न्यूट्रिएंट्स हैं जो हमारी बॉडी के लिए जरूरत है. किसी एक भी न्यूट्रिएंट का ना होना या किसी एक न्यूट्रिएंट का ज्यादा होना भी बैलेंस डाइट नहीं होगी. सो अ बैलेंस डाइट मस्ट कंटेन फूड फ्रॉम ईच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग फूड ग्रुप्स. नंबर ए, मिल्क ग्रुप, मिल्क, कर्ड, चीज, बटर, आइसक्रीम एटसेट्रा. बी, प्रोटीन ग्रुप, meat, beans, nuts, peas, eggs, pulses, etc. C, cereal groups, rice, bread, chapatis, etc. Fruits and vegetable group, fresh fruits and vegetables, etc. A balanced diet is not the same for all. It varies with age, health and occupation. For example, a growing child needs more proteins than a grown-up man to develop body tissues needed for growth. A pregnant woman needs more proteins in her diet for building the body of the developing baby. Laborers, athletes, and rickshaw pullers need more carbohydrates to obtain more energy to do hard physical work. हर किसी को अपने एज ग्रुप और अपनी सिचुएशन के हिसाब से अलग अलग रिक्वायरमेंट होती है अलग अलग प्रोटीन की. तो इस तरह से उन्हें अपने हिसाब से अपने प्रोटीन्स को लेना चाहिए. Effect of cooking on nutrients. Selecting and eating the right kind of food is not enough. It should be cooked properly. Cooking improves the taste of food and makes it easily digestible. At the same time, cooking results in loss of certain nutrients. For example, vitamin C gets easily destroyed by heat during cooking. It is therefore advised to include fruits and raw vegetables in our diet. In case of rice, it is common practice to use excess water during cooking and then throw off the excess water. This results in the loss of nutrients. Repeated washing after cutting and peeling may result in the loss of useful vitamins. In case of rice and pulses, repeated washing removes some vitamins and minerals present in them. Mostly thick peels are removed from vegetables and fruits. This results in the loss of nutrients. Obesity. What will happen if you eat excess quantity of food? The excess food is stored under the skin in the form of fat. The total mass of the body increases and person is said to suffer from obesity. Obesity means being too fat. क्या होती है obesity? Obesity वो सिचुएशन है या फिर वो हेल्थ कंडीशन है जब कोई भी इंसान ज्यादा खाना खा लेता है और वो ज्यादा खाना फैट के रूप में हमारी स्किन के अंदर स्टोर हो जाता है और फिर उसके बाद बॉडी का मास बढ़ने लगता है और उस सिचुएशन को ओबेसिटी कहते हैं. In this picture you can see obesity. Being too fat is not good for us. The excess weight puts extra pressure on the heart and increases the chance of a person developing heart problems. This excess fat also causes the problems of high cholesterol and also slows down the flow of blood. Deficiency diseases. Our body requires a balanced diet to stay healthy. Excess of a particular nutrient causes toxicity and its shortage causes deficiency. Malnutrition is the condition that develops when the body does not get the right amount of nutrients in the diet. Undernutrition occurs when the food intake is less than that required by the body. Malnutrition वो condition होती है जब हमें right amount में nutrition नहीं मिलते अपनी diet से और undernutrition भी तभी होता है जो भी हम food लेते हैं वो required quantity of food से कम होता है. Deficiency of one or more nutrient in diet causes diseases known as deficiency diseases. और किसी भी न्यूट्रिएंट की डाइट में डेफिशिएंसी होने से डेफिशिएंसी डिसीजेज हो सकती हैं और ऐसी डेफिशिएंसी डिसीजेज का डिफरेंट नेम्स है उसके हिसाब से कि वो कौन से न्यूट्रिएंट की डेफिशिएंसी की वजह से हो रही हैं. These diseases cannot be transmitted from one person to another. Number 1, deficiency of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the main source of energy in the food. Lack of carbohydrates in diet result in the lack of energy and stamina. Overeating of carbohydrates may result in obesity and malfunctioning of breathing system. Number 2, deficiency of fats. Our body needs small amount of fat. Deficiency of fat causes rough skin, thin body and weak eyesight. Excessive intake of fats make liver inactive and makes you obese. Deficiency of proteins. Deficiency of proteins in the diet results in the development of diseases related to PEM, protein energy malnutrition. Kwashiorkor and marasmus are the two types of diseases related with protein energy malnutrition. Kwashiorkor, this condition occurs due to severe protein deficiency. The disease mainly occurs in children below 5 years of age. The child that suffers from kwashiorkor shows the following symptoms: dark and scaly skin, protruding belly, legs swell due to accumulation of water, loss of appetite, mental weakness. Kwashiorkor disease can be corrected by giving a protein-rich diet to the child. So in this picture, you can see a child suffering from kwashiorkor. Marasmus. It is a disease caused by severe deficiency of carbohydrates, proteins and fats. Marasmus is a serious disease which affects children below 5 years of age. A children suffering from marasmus shows the following symptoms: lean and thin body with sunken eyes, weak muscles, poor mental growth. A complete balanced diet should be given to children suffering from marasmus. In this picture, you can see the picture of a boy suffering from marasmus. Number 4, deficiency of vitamins. Deficiency of vitamins also causes deficiency diseases. The following table lists some important vitamins, their sources, functions, deficiency diseases and symptoms. Vitamins and sources. Vitamin A, sources green leafy vegetables, fruits, butter, egg yolk, carrots and fish. Function, keeps eyes, hair and skin healthy. Deficiency diseases, night blindness. Symptom, dryness of eyes, improper vision. Vitamin B1 sources eggs, whole grains and sprouts. Aids in digestion, maintains nervous system. Disease, beriberi, inflammation of nerves, digestive problems and heart abnormalities. Vitamin B2 sources eggs, milk and green leafy vegetables, keeps skin and mouth healthy. Skin disorders, irritation of eyes, skin and intestinal disorders, inflammation of the tongue. Vitamin B12 sources meat, formation of red blood cells, anemia, pale skin, lack of stamina and appetite, frequent headaches. Vitamin C sources citrus fruits like lime, orange and lemon, tomatoes and sprouts. Helps to resist infections and keeps teeth, gums and joint healthy. Disease, scurvy, loosening of teeth, spongy and bleeding gums, increased susceptibility to diseases, slow healing of wounds, weakness, pain in the limbs. Vitamin D sources spinach, cabbage or any other green leafy vegetable. Helps in blood clotting to stop bleeding. Disease, hemorrhage, excessive bleeding. Number 5. Deficiency of minerals. The following table given on the next page lists some important minerals, their sources, functions, deficiency diseases and symptoms. Vitamins and sources. Calcium, sources, milk and green leafy vegetables. Functions, strengthens the bone and helps in clotting of blood. Deficiency disease, osteoporosis in adults, rickets in children. Symptoms, brittle bones, excessive bleeding, stunted growth, weak teeth and bones. Phosphorus, sources, cereals, pulses and milk. Strengthens the bones and teeth. Rickets in children, weakening of bones, poor development of bones and nervous system, mental retardation, retarded growth, loss of weight. Iron, sources, cereals, pulses, meat and green leafy vegetables, helps in formation of hemoglobin and red blood cells. Deficiency disease, anemia, pale body color, body fatigue, white nails, loss of weight, swelling in hands and feet. Iodine, sources, fish and salt, required for proper working of the thyroid gland. Disease, goiter, enlargement of the thyroid gland, mental retardation, retarded growth. Sodium and potassium, sources, salt and most food items, help in maintaining body's water balance, body and muscle weakness, paralysis. General weakness, dehydration. Deficiency of water. We lose water from our body in the form of sweat, water vapor, respiration and urine. This loss of water must be made for, otherwise dehydration can occur. Excessive loss of water from the body is called dehydration. Vomiting, diarrhea, burns, heat stroke or excessive physical activities which causes sweating leads to dehydration. During dehydration, the body not only loses water but also loses minerals like potassium and sodium. This loss of minerals and water from the body may lead to cramps. The body cells shrink and cannot function properly. Acute dehydration may also lead to the death of the patient. Oral rehydrating solution ORS is given to the patient to cure dehydration. ORS can be taken from the primary health centers free of cost. If not available, one can also make it at home by mixing 6 teaspoonfuls of sugar and half teaspoonful of salt in 1 liter of boiled water. Knowledge basket. The midday meal scheme has been launched by the Government of India. Under this scheme, school-going children are provided free nutritious food in their schools. Tech Talk. GIS software. Since fields are location-based, GIS software becomes an incredibly useful tool in terms of precision farming. While using GIS software, farmers are able to map current and future changes in precipitation, temperature, crop yields, plant health, and so on. It also enables the use of GPS-based applications in line with the smart machinery to optimize fertilizers and pesticides application, given that farmers don't have to treat the entire field but only deal with certain areas they are able to achieve conservation of money, effort and time. Moral learnt: we should learn from different modes of nutrition and try to follow symbiotic relation with each other and not become parasite for others. We should not harm anyone in order to fulfill our requirements. There should be cooperation, togetherness and harmony in the society. Recapitulation: food can be classified as energy-giving, body-building and protective foods. Food contains 7 different nutrients, that is carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, roughage and water. Carbohydrates are energy-giving foods. They consist of sugars and starch. Fats provide more energy than carbohydrates. Proteins are body-building foods. They help in repair and growth of cells and tissues. Vitamins and minerals are necessary for good health and normal growth. Roughage is essential for maintaining a good digestive system. A balanced diet contains the nutrients in proper amount. Eating too much of food causes obesity. Deficiency of proteins, fats and carbohydrates causes protein energy malnutrition. PEM. Thank you class. Let's meet again in the next chapter.